Are you truly living or just enduring? Think about it. You wake up every morning feeling exhausted before the day even begins. You walk into a job that drains you, a relationship that suffocates you, or a mindset that keeps you small. You tell yourself, maybe it's not that bad, but deep down you know you weren't meant to feel this empty, this invisible, this stuck. Staying in the wrong place isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous, like quicksand. The longer you stay, the deeper you sink. The more you tolerate, the more you teach yourself that this is all you deserve. But let's be clear, you were not born to spend your life just surviving. Think about the energy it takes to hold yourself together in a space that breaks you. The moments you silence yourself to avoid conflict. The dreams you push aside because they don't fit the life you settled for. The way you watch time slip through your fingers while convincing yourself that one day things will change. But here's the truth, nothing changes until you do. So ask yourself right now, how much longer will you let this define you? There comes a moment when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of change. Maybe it's the day you realize you've stopped recognizing yourself. Maybe it's when you hear yourself make another excuse for why you can't leave and it disgusts you. Maybe it's watching someone else walk away and finally seeing proof that you can too. I'll tell you about someone who made that choice. She was stuck in a job that drained her soul. Working long hours, being overlooked, feeling replaceable. Every day she told herself, at least it's a paycheck, until one day she caught her reflection in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. That was her moment. The moment she decided she would rather fight for a life she loved than stay in one she hated. She quit, walked away with no plan, no safety net, just a decision. And that decision changed everything. Now, she wakes up excited, she built something of her own, she found her worth, and it all started with that moment when she finally said enough. What about you? Be honest. What's keeping you stuck? Are you waiting for permission? Are you afraid of failing? Or have you just convinced yourself that this is the best you'll ever get? Because let me tell you something, your life won't change until you demand more from it. Walking away isn't quitting. It's choosing a new path where you finally win. It's stepping into power instead of staying in pain. When you leave what's breaking you, you gain something priceless. Yourself. You gain clarity. You start making decisions based on what you actually want, not what you're afraid of losing. You gain self-respect because you prove to yourself that you're worth more than bare minimum treatment. And most of all, you gain freedom. The freedom to choose, to rebuild, to start fresh without the weight of what held you back. Because here's what no one tells you. Leaving isn't the end. It's the beginning. The beginning of a life where you call the shots, where you set the terms, where you finally stop waiting for change and start creating it. And in this journey, I'm going to show you how. How to break free, how to let go of fear, how to claim the power that's already yours, because your story isn't over. It's just getting started. You tell yourself it's not that bad. You convince yourself that staying is the safer choice. You repeat the same excuses over and over because the truth is too uncomfortable to face. But let's get real, why are you still stuck? Fear of the unknown? You'd rather suffer through what's familiar than take a risk on something better? Comfort? It's a lie. You're not comfortable, you're just used to it. Obligation? You think you owe it to someone to stay miserable. Self-doubt, you believe you're not capable of more. These are the stories we tell ourselves and they keep us trapped. But here's the brutal truth. Fear of change won't protect you, it will just prolong your suffering. Comfort is a cage, not a reward. And obligation, the only person you owe a happy, fulfilled life to is yourself. So let me ask you, are you staying because you're truly happy or because you're scared? And if you're scared, what's the real cost of staying where you don't belong? Every single day you stay stuck, you lose something. Time, energy, opportunities, self-respect, happiness, and the longer you stay, the heavier the cost. Think about it, that job you hate, every day you stay, you waste another 8 hours of your life doing something that drains you. That relationship that's going nowhere, every day you stay, you lose a little more of yourself. That dream you keep pushing aside, every day you stay in a routine that doesn't serve you, you push that dream further out of reach. And it's not just emotional, it's physical too, stress, anxiety, exhaustion. How many nights have you lost sleep over this? How many times have you felt that knot in your stomach knowing deep down you should leave? Staying in the wrong place doesn't just steal your happiness, it can steal your health. So let's put it in simple terms. Every day you stay, you pay. The question is, how much have you already lost and how much more are you willing to give up? There's a difference between what's easy and what's right. And too many people choose easy. Easy is staying in the job that pays the bills but kills your passion. Easy is settling for a relationship that's familiar, even if it's unfulfilling. Easy is avoiding the hard conversations, the tough choices, the uncomfortable steps. But here's the truth. The pain of staying the same is always greater than the fear of change. Staying in the wrong place is like wearing shoes 2 sizes too small. You might adjust, but you'll never be comfortable. Growth is painful, yes, but so is regret. So the real question is your comfort worth your future? Fear of failure, fear of what people will say, fear of making the wrong choice, that's what keeps you frozen. But let me tell you something. Fear fades. Regret doesn't. Regret is a debt you can't pay off. You can't undo wasted years. You can't rewind time and take the chance you didn't take. And at the end of the day, you won't regret trying and failing. You'll regret never trying at all. So let's end with this. Would you rather fail or never try? Because one of those you can recover from. The other will haunt you forever. Everyone has their moment, the point where staying hurts more than leaving. The problem? Most people ignore it. So how do you know when it's truly time to go? Look for these signs. When growth stops, if you're not evolving, you're deteriorating. The right path challenges you, stretches you, pushes you forward. But if you've been stuck in the same place feeling stagnant, it's a clear sign you've outgrown it. When respect is lost, whether it's a job, a relationship, or even a friendship, respect is non-negotiable. The moment it disappears, everything else crumbles. You don't owe loyalty to a situation that devalues you. When peace is gone, if something constantly drains you, keeps you anxious, or makes you feel like a lesser version of yourself, it's not meant for you. Peace isn't optional. It's a necessity. The truth is, if you feel stuck, it's because you're not supposed to be there anymore. You already know it. It's just a matter of admitting it. So here's the real question. What's the moment you knew deep down it was time to leave, but ignored it? And how long have you been ignoring the truth? Making the right decision isn't about overthinking. It's about answering one simple question. Is the pain of staying greater than the fear of leaving? If you hesitate, then deep down you already have your answer. Let's break it down. Staying in a toxic job, an unhealthy relationship, or a dead-end situation, what did it already cost you? Your happiness, your confidence, your dreams? Now look ahead. If nothing changes, where will you be in 5 years? Think of the people who walked away when it felt impossible. The person who quit the stable job and built a life they love. The one who left a relationship that dimmed their light and found themselves again. The person who risked failure but gained everything. Your future isn't waiting in your past. The longer you stay, the more you lose. So let me ask you, which one weighs heavier for you right now? Pain or potential? Every excuse you've made for staying is built on fear, and fear is a liar. What if I fail? You're already failing by staying. What if I regret it? Regret comes from inaction, not action. But I've invested too much. The longer you stay, the more you lose. Imagine a sinking ship. Refusing to jump doesn't make it lighter, it just takes you down with it. Clinging to something that's already broken won't fix it. The only way forward is to let go. So here's the truth. You don't need permission to choose yourself. The life you want, it starts the second you decide you deserve better. There comes a moment when you realize no one is coming to save you, it's up to you. And that's the most powerful realization you'll ever have. The day you decide to choose yourself is the day everything changes. The day you stop waiting for the right time, the right sign, the right approval, that's the day your real life begins. So here's your moment of truth. Are you ready to reclaim your power? Because your next chapter begins the moment you decide you deserve better. You tell yourself it's fine, that things aren't that bad, that it's better to stay where you are than risk the unknown. But deep down, you know that's a lie. Fear whispers that change is dangerous, that leaving means failure, that it's easier to stay, but easier doesn't mean right. The truth, staying stuck is a choice. And every excuse you make is just a way to justify your own inaction. I'm too comfortable. No, you're just afraid of discomfort. I have responsibilities. Responsibilities don't mean sacrificing your happiness. What if I regret leaving? What if you regret staying? Fear of the unknown won't protect you, it will only prolong your suffering. So ask yourself, are you staying because you're happy or because you're scared? You won't know how heavy the weight was until you drop it. Right now, you've gotten so used to carrying the burden that it feels normal. The exhaustion, the constant self-doubt, the stress you push to the side, convincing yourself it's just part of life. But it's not. Staying in the wrong place is like walking around with chains on your feet. You adjust, you adapt, you tell yourself, this is just how it is. But the moment you break free, that's when you realize just how much those chains were holding you back. Imagine standing up after carrying a backpack full of bricks. That first step feels weightless. The freedom rushes in like fresh air you didn't even know you were missing. That's what happens when you finally let go. Walking away isn't just about leaving something behind. It's about stepping toward yourself, toward the peace, the clarity, the life that's been waiting for you. So the real question is, are you willing to put the weight down? The moment you walk away, 3 things come back to you. 1, time. You don't realize how much time you're wasting until you stop wasting it. Hours spent worrying, days spent trying to fix things that can't be fixed, years spent waiting for something to change that never will. But when you walk away, you finally have time for what matters. The person who left a toxic job now has time to build their dream business. The one who walked away from the wrong relationship now has time to pour into themselves. 2, energy. The things draining you today could be fueling your future. You think you're just tired, but it's not exhaustion, it's misused energy. The moment you remove what's been depleting you, that energy comes roaring back. The person who left the wrong situation suddenly has the motivation to chase their dreams again. The one who let go of the wrong people finds the strength to build new, better connections. 3, self-worth. When you stop begging for a seat at the wrong table, you realize you were meant to build your own. You've spent so much time trying to prove your worth to people who never deserved you. But the moment you choose yourself, everything shifts. You attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right life. So ask yourself, what's possible for you if you stop settling? Because the life you want isn't waiting for you, it's waiting for you to make space for it. There's a moment after you walk away when everything feels empty. That space where nothing has filled the gap yet. The silence, the uncertainty. It can feel terrifying, like you've lost everything. But here's the truth. That space isn't failure, it's freedom. Think of your life like a cluttered closet. When you finally throw out everything that doesn't fit, it feels empty at first. But that emptiness, that's what makes room for something better. Most people never get past this stage. They mistake emptiness for loss. They rush to fill it with the same familiar things instead of waiting for something greater. But if you're brave enough to sit in the void, life